rejected. Animals have a special relationship with the divine. The Ainu shamans of Japan consider animals as gods in disguise, who live in their own god worlds, invisible to human eyes, but who also share a common territory with humans. Many primitive tribes wear animal masks in their sacred ceremonies and have animal totems, where a certain animal can act as a spiritual guide to the person or the community. In Native American culture, a neophyte is accompanied by animal spirits during his or her initiation to become a shaman. These act as psychopomps, guiding one's soul through the untamed lands. Swiss psychiatrist and psychologist Carl Jung frequently remarked that animals embody the divine aspect of the human psyche. Animals are deeply connected to a secret order within nature itself and the absolute knowledge of the unconscious, living according to their own inner laws, beyond human notions of good and evil. And herein lies the superiority of the animal. Jung writes, "We forget that the animal is the most pious thing that exists, the one thing besides plants that really fulfills its destiny, the will of God. We are of the devil because we're always deviating, always living something of our own. Animals live exactly as they were meant to live. Animals accept their fate with resilience. Losing a leg, they adapt. Becoming blind, they continue despite the hardship, and will probably starve. In contrast, our greater consciousness allows us to question and rebel against fate, leading to deeper suffering as we struggle with the meaning of our trials and ask, why has this happened to me? This awareness can make suffering feel more profound. Perhaps animals are enlightened because they live fully in the moment, grasping a sense of wholeness instinctively rather than intellectually. In that way, they might be closer to God. Animals also evoke childlike joy in us, constellating the divine child archetype. When we fulfill our true purpose, this sense of completeness can return in old age. As quite an old man, speaking of the limitations of age, Jung confesses, "Yet there's so much that fills me, plants, animals, clouds, day and night, and the eternal in man. The more uncertain I have felt about myself, the more there has grown up in me a feeling of kinship with all things." With animals, the continual succession of generations brings no change. They appear to share the fundamental nature of creation, its repetitious, rhythmic stability. Animals are eternal forms walking around. In other words, the origin of the species is outside historical, empirical knowledge. They are themselves the origins, the revelations of eternal forms, hence why they have always been considered sacred and close to God. In Christianity, God has his animal, the dove. Jesus had his, the lamb, and the four evangelists were associated with man, lion, ox or bull, and eagle, just as the four sons of Horus were man, jackal, baboon, and falcon. Jung stated, "Over the animal is the god, with the god is the god's animal." In various religions, animals are revered as gods. In Egyptian mythology, the falcon represents Horus, the ibis or baboon symbolizes Thoth, and the jackal is linked to Anubis, the guide to the underworld. In Hinduism, deities have animal mounts. Shiva has a bull, Ganesha has a mouse, and Durga has a tiger or lion. The animal is also a messenger of the gods, and people recognize that the divine being was present within the animal. The reason we must give so much attention to animals in our unconscious is that they represent forms of life that are still in touch with a form of absolute knowledge. They are the ones who can lead us to this source of natural life. Theriomorphic symbols, that is, gods or beings in animal form, are very common in dreams and unconscious manifestations. This